She stood frozen at gate 17, her boarding pass trembling in hand. Laughter, not joyful, mocking. The agent had just mimicked her African accent loud enough for the whole line to hear. Phones weren't recording yet, but hearts were. Behind her stood a group of black professionals, hundreds, watching, stunned. A split-second decision was about to send shockwaves through the travel industry. This isn't just a story about a rude remark. It's about what happens when silence is broken, publicly, powerfully. What happened next cost them $950 million. Comment your city if you're watching. Ama Kofi was a Ghanaian-born entrepreneur who had built something rare, a luxury travel group that catered to African diaspora clients with culture, pride, and excellence. She was the face behind a $950 million empire, yet moved with the grace of someone who never forgot where she came from. On the morning of her group's departure from JFK Airport, Ama arrived early, dressed in an elegant Ankara print blazer, clipboard in hand, greeting each traveler by name. To her, this trip wasn't just business. It was about legacy, connection, and identity. As her clients checked in, Ama stayed calm amid the usual airport chaos. But behind one gate counter, a smirking agent watched her closely, his eyes narrowing as she gave instructions in her soft, West African accent. He leaned over to a colleague and whispered something that made them both laugh. Ama didn't notice. Not yet, but the moment that followed would humiliate her and ignite something far bigger. Ama handed out boarding passes with ease, making sure each of the 120 travelers in her curated group felt seen, heard, and welcomed. Her voice, calm, precise, and rich with her Ghanaian heritage, floated through the terminal as she guided the group through security procedures. But when she approached the gate to confirm final arrangements, the smirking agent stood up. Loud, enough for nearby passengers to hear, he mimicked her accent with a mocking twist. "Oh yes, pleased to be boarding, yeah?" His co-worker snorted, and a few onlookers chuckled uncomfortably. Ama froze, not out of confusion, but disbelief. This wasn't just a personal insult, it was a public spectacle. Her clients heard it. Some gasped, others looked away, unsure how to react. Ama tried to speak, but the agent cut her off with exaggerated hand gestures, telling her to calm down and not make a scene. Her heart pounded. The entire trip, months of planning, trust, investment, now stood on the edge of being defined by one act of disrespect. She turned to the group, her face composed but eyes burning. Whispers turned to murmurs, phones came out, cameras recorded. The gate agent kept smirking, until Ama, with quiet authority, called her legal team on speakerphone, loudly, publicly. A ripple moved through the terminal. People stopped boarding. Airline supervisors rushed over, but it was already too late. What the agent didn't know was that he hadn't just insulted a passenger, he had insulted a global brand. The airline supervisor arrived, breathless, flanked by security. But instead of apologizing, he looked at Ama as if she was the problem. "Ma'am, we need you to step aside. You're disrupting operations." That was it, the moment everything snapped. Ama turned slowly to face her group, doctors, professors, entrepreneurs, elders in traditional kente cloth. With quiet strength, she spoke 5 words. "We will not be boarding." Gasps echoed. Then silence. One by one, passengers picked up their luggage and followed her out. Cameras rolled. Hashtags exploded online. Within hours, news outlets were calling. The travel group canceled all future bookings with the airline, millions lost. Overnight, the agent, suspended, the supervisor, transferred, but Ama, she became a symbol, and the airport, it would never forget the day a woman's accent shut down their entire gate. Hit like if you're still with us. This story isn't over yet. Ama didn't need revenge. She had power, dignity, and the world's attention. Her company released a statement the next day. We choose to travel with those who respect who we are. Within 48 hours, 3 other major Black-owned groups followed suit. The airline's stock dipped. The public demanded accountability. But Amma's real victory wasn't financial, it was generational. She showed her community that professionalism doesn't mean silence, that an accent doesn't equal ignorance, and that dignity is not up for negotiation. This wasn't just about an airport. It was about a system that still decides who belongs, based on skin, speech, or stereotype. And as for the gate agent, he learned that words carry weight, and sometimes the cost of a joke is $950 million. How many more Ammas will it take before respect becomes the default? Like, share, and subscribe. These stories need to be heard.